I want to welcome you to Doc Smile TV. Hi, I'm Dr. Glenn McFarland, Doc Smile in Red Bank, New Jersey. We're here today at the Atlantic Open MRI and Atlantic Diagnostics in Shrewsbury, New Jersey. And with us today is one of the owners, Douglas Dunn. How you doing, Doug?
Good. How are you, Glenn?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Okay. One of the questions I wanted to ask you is, I know that, I heard that Monmouth County, this is one of the premier facilities for...
We've been here since, like you said, 1998, about what, 13, 14 years now. What we have is MRI. We call it Atlantic Open MRI, but it really is a high field machine. You can differentiate them differently, but we also have CAT scan, we have ultrasound, we have a C-arm that we do orthograms on, which is an injection into the shoulder. But we're pretty busy, and we've got a good name out there.
We were talking earlier, before about your MRI that you have here. It's a Siemens, specific Siemens unit. Can you tell me a little bit about it?
MRI is the Siemens Esprit. It's a fairly new machine. In 2008, we put it into the facility. We've had other machines before that. It's changed so much. Years ago, it would take 45 minutes for an MRI. You'd have to lay there. You'd have to be still. Still have to be still today, but we have a little something unique about us about that department. But it is no longer as tight as it used to be. Now we can do an MRI, say, of your spine or of your brain in about 12 minutes. So it's much quicker. The sound isn't as loud.
I was ready to ask you that question.
Yeah.
I remember the chinga chinga chinga.
It sounds like a machine gun or a jackhammer going off, yeah.
So it's a lot quieter.
Yeah. There's lights inside. They have air that's blowing through it, which alleviates the claustrophobia effect. But many people, they're afraid of it because what they heard from other people years ago. It's such a different test today with the new machines and how fast they are before they know what they're done. Every few years you have to switch out the machines. Technology will pass you by.
What's so special about that machine? Because I know when I was younger, I had neck injury, I had knee injuries, and they used to put you in this long tube where you were locked in there for 45 minutes, and you had your face laying up right up against the top of it. What's so different about the MRIs today?
Oh God, it seems every few years they come out with a new design. Basically smaller in size, but for the patient it's bigger when they go into the machine. So you got a much bigger area that the patient is in. It's a much faster study now. Like you mentioned that you're in there for a half hour. Today it's 10-12 minutes for a knee, a little less than 10 minutes. Everything is speed, and
what's open? What's the term open MRI mean?
Well, that was a term given to a machine that's claustrophobic free for the patient.
So Doug, this is the Siemens Esprit MRI you were talking about.
Yeah, this is it. It's one of the newer pieces of equipment. Like I said, 2008 we installed this. It's about 12,000 pounds, this machine here. It's got a very wide opening, about 30 inches. Very short bore, if you notice. It's not as long as you said the one time you were in the long bore. This one, your body hangs out for most of the studies.
What's that sound? Sounds like a bunch of birds in there.
Yeah, that's what they use to chill these machines is helium, and that's the pump.
Helium?
Yeah, helium chills these machings, so that's the pump you're here pumping the fluid through the machine to keep it chilled.
Because it's so heavy it won't fly away with the helium.
I don't think it's going anywhere.
So give me a little idea, what are all these little diagnostics?
Well, there's certain things, raise the table, they push the table in. You could put headphones on, you could listen to music, take the headphones off, and we have surround sound you could listen to. It's a very patient-friendly machine. It's lit up inside. You feel air coming, coming through. Yep. So it gives you the feeling of like a light breeze coming through. It gets rid of that claustrophobic effect. There's constant contact between the tech and the patient at all times. We have a speaker here that the patient can ask questions. The tech is constantly talking to the patient, saying this study will be another 2 minutes. You have another minute left, and so on and so on.
So kind of coach them through everything.
Right, kind of holding their hands without holding their hands. But if you wish to hold their hand, you can have family members or a friend go into the in there with you. You can sit down. Yeah, there's no problem doing that. As long as you take off, if you have a cell phone or any type of metal on you, everybody is screened before they go into the room. But you could absolutely have someone sit with you in there.
Wow, because you said something before, there's no radiation.
No radiation, and a lot of, when we do children, children always want their mothers with them, so they're always in there holding their hand of their, son or daughter.
I was going to demonstrate, basically, it's only about a foot deep, as you can see, 1.5 feet deep, so Claustrophobia is not an issue. And
How long is the study?
most studies are less than a minute, I would say, depending on what we're looking at. Some studies you have to hold your breath for, so obviously those are quick ones, maybe 15-20 seconds for that. And I always tell the patients, you just zip in and zip right back out. And basically, patient enters the machine, and the lights stay on, nothing seals you in. Again, Doug explained the care dose 4D software, which lowers the dose to the minimum amount necessary to produce a diagnostic image. And we were scanning Doug's abdomen, who would be in a position similar to this, and the image is taken. And it only takes a few seconds, and then he comes right back out. And same goes for most studies. You're lying on your back.
Well, thank you again, Doug, for coming on the program, Doc Smile TV, and look forward to helping you in the future, and for informing the public here of what you have to offer.
Anytime. Thank you.
You're welcome. This is Dr. Glenn McFarland. I'd just like to say thank you for our initial program. Every week we'll be coming to you with a new program. We'll be talking to people of interest in the area on topics that relate to dentistry or something in the medical field, wellness. And if you have any questions or whatsoever, you can attach to our email, which we'll have at the end of this tape. And you can send questions, or you can also send questions to Doug if you want to have any questions related to the MRI and the different machines that he has here. I'd like to thank you again, and I'm Dr. Glenn McFarland.